This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Big Bang Zhilei Zhang over Zoom and Kurt, who will be translating for us once again. Guys, thank you for jumping on. What's morning time for you? It's mid-afternoon for me. How are you, though?
I'm good. I'm good. Very good.
I'm glad
Thank
to,
you.
I'm glad to hear it, Zhilei. Let's obviously get into it. You had a very successful year last year, two big wins against Joe Joyce. Just your reflections on those performances, really getting your name out there as one of the top contenders in the division.
去年你经历了2次乔伊斯的获胜啊，非常成功，能不能总结一下？
去年打了2场比赛，2场都是对阵乔伊斯。通过2场比赛呢，然后让世界拳迷更清晰的看到我、认识我。所以说在这里也感谢拳迷朋友们的支持、关注，也感谢我团队的每一位成员。谢谢他们对我的大力的鼓励啊、支持啊。2024已经开始了，然后争取在2024年为全民朋友奉献出更精彩的比赛，让全民朋友们再次见证中国力量。
Yeah, 2023 has been a big success for me personally and for my team as well. I have 2 victories, 2 knockout victories against the same guy. I believe people around the world have a more clear image of who I am and what I'm capable of. And I'm really happy about it. I would like to thank everybody on my team for doing a tremendous job. 2024 is coming. I believe in this coming year, I'm very excited, and I can't wait to prove myself again. And everybody will see Chinese power bang again.
Zhilei, you have two brilliant, dominant performances like that last year with Joe. You come into this year. I know it's not always been easy to get a big fight. It's been difficult to get other fighters willing to face you. Do you feel like those performances in particular have somewhat maybe harmed you because people are looking at you as even bigger risk now?
那你去年的2场胜利会不会成为你被很多人拒绝的理由呢？很多人因为这个就不跟你打了，不跟你玩了。
也有，现在也这个情况也在困扰着我。因为通过这2场比赛，然后现在很多拳手不愿意和我正确的面对。然后所以说这2天我也在总结自己。一打比赛本来是两个人去谈情说爱的，然后然后我这就不跟人家玩，直接都催眠，激情还没开始呢，已经被催眠了。所以说大家就感觉没什么意思哈，他们的感觉危险性太大，所以说就不敢面对我。所以说我也在考虑这个问题哈。
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I believe that my poor performance scares some people off, and I've been thinking about this for the past few days. To be honest with you, I think when me and whoever gets in the ring, it's like a dance partner. It's like romantic story, right? People want to see the beginning. People want to see the end. But for me, I just put everybody to sleep halfway, and that kind of scare my next date partner, whoever he is.
Let's obviously come on to what's next for you, Zhilei. So let's just start off with last night. Last night we saw the news about Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou will be facing each other sometime in March, believed to be around March 8th. I know that Eddie Hearn had previously mentioned you and Filip Hrgović and Ngannou as possible opponents for Anthony Joshua. So before we talk about Joshua and Ngannou, how far or advanced had talks between your camp and Anthony Joshua's camp progressed?
那我们昨天都知道了啊，约书亚下一个又跟纳甘诺打。但是在问这个问题之前呢，想问问你有没有跟约书亚谈过这个比赛的事情？有没有跟约书亚可能要打一场？
谈过，然后从他上一场比赛结束打完沃林之后，我们团队就有所接触，当然没有得到任何回应。然后前2天我听说，然后双方的经纪团队也接触过，通过电话，然后就明显拒绝，然后他们说要甘诺去打比赛。听说还是一个10回合的表演赛。所以说 怎么想呢？拳击现在职业拳击变成这样了啊，重量级确实没有以前像泰森呐、刘易斯啊他们那个年代，重量级确实现在不如以前了。
I would just lay out the facts and let everybody make the judgment. Our team had talked amongst each other. My team approached them. We had this conversation. And then next thing you know is him fighting Ngannou is being announced. So I'm just laying it out there, and everybody can have their own opinion on that. But what I want to say is, I heard that it's a 10 round, kind of like a 10 rounder exhibition main event. That's how I look at it. You can't help thinking what's happening with professional boxing right now. I can't help missing the old time where Lennox Lewis for Mike Tyson, the toughest for the toughest. That golden age is long gone.
Zhilei, I have to ask as well then, how long or how long was the period, I should say, that your team and Anthony Joshua's team were talking? Was it brief? Was it only the last week or so, or had it been an ongoing thing since his victory just before Christmas?
Oh yeah, sorry, I messed that part out when I was translating. So, the team immediately got in contact with each other right after he knocked out Otto Wallin.
On that note, then, Zhilei, how disappointed are you that Anthony Joshua has opted not to face you next, and he's facing Francis Ngannou?
那从你自己的心里来说的话，约书亚不跟你打，选择了纳甘诺，你觉得失望吗？
也不是特别失望，因为这是他自己的选择。以前就标签为他是个成功的商人，现在所以说纳甘诺一个 UFC 的，然后进入到职业拳击重量级里面，然后现在一下把整个重量级都搅混了。现在大家就感觉只要和他打就有钱挣，所以说就不会在意拳击的本质，而是说大家都在一起向钱看嘛，对吧？拳击也是一门生意，对，这个没什么，只是个人选择而已啊。
I can't really say I'm disappointed. It's a matter of personal choice. I believe Joshua has his personal choice. When you look at Nagano, he's somebody from a different sport. He came in the sport with 0-1 record, and all of a sudden he's the cash cow. Now, everybody think, okay, if I were to fight Nagano, I will make a ton of money. So, what is boxing at the end of the day? Is it a business or is it a competitive sport like before? That's the question.
Zhilei, from when your teams first started talking then with Anthony's team, did you expect, or how confident were you, I should say, that you were going to get a deal over the line, or was you always reserved? Was you always a little bit not as confident, I should say, that AJ was going to be receptive to the fight with yourself?
从一开始跟约书亚谈判啊，12月23号打完之后就开始谈，谈到现在，整个过程当中，你觉得你希望大吗？
不大，因为他知道他怎么去规避风险，因为可能说我对他来讲是一个很大很大的风险。如果说他有4%的把握，然后他就会和我打。现在我估计他连40%的把握都没有，所以说他就规避这个风险，然后去选择他能够战胜的对手，然后所以说包括赫恩也不会让他去在拳台上去面对我。
Yeah, actually, I never thought that this fight would be made. To be honest with you, because it's a potential, right? If Joshua has 40% of chance, if he believes that out of 40% he can beat me, that fight will happen. I don't even think it's a 40-60 fight in his opinion. I think there's one more person that's Eddie Hearn that will not let Joshua fight me. It's too much of a risk.
你像我们两个的比赛，从当时我在 match room 的时候，那时间就说我俩要打，然后一直到现在2年了，也没有任何消息。然后当时说让我打，让我的经纪团队还去伦敦去谈，然后到最后就也没谈下来啊。所以说 他们知道怎么去规避风险。
When I signed with Matchroom a couple of years ago, that was one of the conversation we had. Because my management team even flew to London and sat down with everybody to talk about it. But it's been years since that, and this fight never materialized. So they know how to successfully avoid all the risks.
It leads in nicely to my next question, Zhilei. So I remember covering your fights out in America 2-3 years ago during COVID, when it was kind of restricted crowds and what have you. And obviously you were signed with Matchroom, then boxing on their shows. And at the time, I remember Eddie was saying, one day you, Anthony Joshua, at the Bird's Nest in China, he was talking about putting it on there. What do you think's changed since that period where Eddie was open, or at least openly in the media discussing it as a possibility?
以前他在报道你的比赛的时候甚至有你在美国打新冠的时候，现场没多少人在那个时候，他记得赫恩就说过总有一天你会跟约书亚在北京鸟巢如何如何如何。你觉得这个赫恩的这个说法呀，现在已经不成立了吗？还是说还会等到那一天？
他只是，我感觉他只是制造话题，然后制造这个话题也制造了好多年了，但是没有实质性的进展。你像我去校正约书亚，他们也不会有任何反应，他们也不会任何的行动。所以说，现在这个话题就越来越也在拖着拳迷，因为拳迷想看到这场比赛的发生，但是赫恩不会让它发生，只是还会拿着这个话题一直在说。
That's how he is doing his work as a promoter, and that's how he build up something, whatever he wants to build up. I just believe that they successfully avoided all the risks, like I said, and I don't know if this fight will ever happen in the future. But I think they're gonna keep using my name to build up whatever they want to build up.
Zhilei, it seems to be from other reports which emerged last night that you will still box on that card on March 8th, and it could well be against Deontay Wilder. What can you tell me about those talks? How quickly have they progressed? How long have you been in talks with Deontay's team?
昨天同时出来的信息呢，还有你也会打这场比赛，然后呢，你跟威尔德之间可能还有这么可能性，跟大家简单介绍一下这个跟威尔德之间的情况。
这也是我早上看到新闻这样来说的，但是可能说下一步也会去谈。威尔德也非常好，像08年的时候，北京奥运会铜牌，然后次重量级的铜牌，然后转职业之后，然后一直卫冕那么多年，然后 KO 率非常高，所以说如果说和威尔德打比赛，也是一个不错的选择，然后也会引起全米的注意。
I was not 100% aware of that, to be honest with you, until I talked with my team yesterday. But when it comes to Wilder, I think I give him all the credits in the world. He's such a great fighter. He got the bronze medal in 2008 Olympics in the cruiserweight division. And when he turned pro, he had all these magnificent knockouts. A hell of a fighter. And I opened my arms to welcome that fight with Wilder, and that will be a great bang for the sport of boxing.
Obviously, after having those talks with your team then last night, Zhilei, what did they tell you? Are they confident a deal will be agreed between both parties, and it will be you versus Deontay next?
现在整个团队对威尔德这个比赛的信心大概是多少？能够成的信心？
信心也非常足，信心非常足。然后下一步就有经纪团队，然后他们去和对方的团队去接触去谈。至于谈成什么样的结果，看对方的表态，我们这边肯定没问题。就像我所说的，打谁都没问题。
I don't have a problem with that fight personally. I would just say yes. to that fight. I should say yes right now. So I think the ball will be in his hand pretty soon, and let's see what comes up.
Do you believe you will fight Deontay Wilder next?
那你觉得从个人角度讲，你跟韦德能达成吗
我希望能达成。
？I hope so.
With his last performance against Joseph Parker, it's left a lot of question marks around him, Zhilei. He'll always have that power, though. He'll always be dangerous. What did you make of that performance? What do you feel like he still brings into the ring?
你觉得维尔德，因为他上次的表现很令人失望，但是他的右手、他的后手那拳很重，真的能打上人的话，也会造成危险啊。你觉得维尔德现在还有这个拳坛的影响力吗？他的市场还在吗？
他的市场应该还在，只是长时间的远离了拳台，然后在拳台上找不到感觉，但是他的威胁一直都存在着，他的重拳令所有人都忌惮，
Wilder is still Wilder. No matter how you look at it, he's still that guy. And I will say his performance was probably due to inactivity for so many months out of the ring. But he has that right hand, man. When that right hand lands, everybody's scared about that.
You feel like then, especially now he's fought in December, you'd be facing an even more dangerous version of Deontay Wilder?
那他刚12月份刚打过比赛，那下一场比赛可能状态又会好一点，觉得他状态会好一点，会是这样吗？
那就看他，如果说比赛确定下来，就看他的整个训练营的情况了。如果说训练营做好的话，去努力去训练的话，然后状态肯定会好一点。因为毕竟他和帕克打了12个回合的比赛，然后从中能够取得很多的经验，然后只要他去好好去总结，好好去备战，OK，没问题。
Yeah, I do believe so. I think he has fought 12 hard rounds with Parker, and that's not easy. And he definitely have a lot to analyze and to build off of from the 12 rounds. I think it all comes down to the training camp. If he had a successful training camp, it'll be a spectacular fight.
Zhilei, I have to ask as well, then let's just go down the line of potentially facing Deontay. When the Day of Reckoning card was announced just before Christmas, I think it was about 6 weeks before fight night when they announced it. The new date of March the 8th, which has been touted for Joshua-Ngannou undercard or card itself, that's about 2 months away now. For a fight of Wilder of that magnitude, do you have a cut-off point as to when you would like to know definitively this is the fight, it will be happening, yes or no?
作为你的训练准备时间来说啊，现在离比赛还有2个月左右的时间。你希望一般来说，在比赛多久能正式确定下来对手，你好去投入准备？
我感觉应该在赛前的1个半月到2个月之间，这样的话有足够的时间去准备，去做充分的训练营。
I feel like the right time frame will be a month and a half to 2 months time frame. So any announcement that fall into that time frame will definitely be great. So you can have more time to prepare for the training camp.
The other man who was in the ring with Deontay most recently, Joseph Parker, have you had any talks with his team at all?
那说到帕克呢，你有没有跟帕克聊过？
帕克也聊过吧，现在可能他不太愿意和我去比赛，因为他现在有 WBC 的积分，然后他想再去冲击一下 WBC 的腰带啊。
I believe the team reached out to each other, and he's ranked in WBC right now, so I don't really blame him if he choose to go the other route.
Zhilei, it seems to be we will see you come March the 8th, but we're just kind of up in the air as to who the opponent will be with the ongoing talks with Deontay's team, amongst others. But are you confident March the 8th we will see you in the ring in Saudi Arabia?
那现在一切都是还在谈判的过程当中啊。但你觉得3月8号在沙特阿拉伯能成吗？能打成吗？
应该能达成，但是至于对手是谁，现在还没有完全确定下来。然后这个就需要经纪团队他们去谈，去和推广人他们去沟通。然后我的任务就是把自己训练好，生活调整好，用到时间最佳状态出现在拳台上，让世界再次见证中国力量。
I'm cautiously optimistic about that date. But for me, I can't think too much. I have to pay attention to the ring, pay attention to the gym, and whatever happens behind the closed doors. Have to pay attention to my lifestyle and get everything ready. So when the time comes, when I'm appearing in the ring, it's going to be the best version of myself.
Zhilei, do you have a message for Deontay Wilder?
有没有跟维尔德说一句话？
有给沃尔德讲的话就是啥都不用想了，我们来吧，来干吧。
Don't overthink, man. Let's do it.
Final one from me, Zhilei. Just get your thoughts on the Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk fight, please. That's only 5 or so weeks away now.
弗里跟威希克还有大概5周不到，对他俩的比赛做一个预测吧。
他俩的预测的话，如果说泰森弗里能够专心的去做训练营，然后专心的去训练，然后把所有的注意力然后集中到拳击上面，然后他还有赢的希望。如果说他还像和打纳甘诺那样的状态的话，他赢不了乌西克。
I think it depends on what kind of training camp and preparation Tyson Fury has towards this fight. If he does it like he did back in the Ngannou fight, it's going to be a really tough and long night for him.
Zhilei, I appreciate you doing this interview. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll speak to you again soon. Hopefully, with news of a fight being signed.
希望我们下次再联系的时候，这个比赛已经宣布了。
OK， 我也希望。
Yeah, I hope so too. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Andy.